Hello, welcome back to Natural Music. This is our second video on the Lighthouse. We went over the intro last time, and if you've not watched that video, I think it would serve you well to do that. But if you haven't watched that, this will completely still make sense. We're going to go over a way of approaching the chords on the verse of the song The Lighthouse. The intro is... and then we're into the verse. There's a lighthouse on a hillside. Okay, so the thing about this that is good to learn, that you're going to come across in other songs, and it's just a valuable thing, is this moving down progression. We're in the key of C, so at the beginning of the verse we start with C, D, and G, and we're going to create this rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. Now sometimes we have to move the chord progression before we hit 3 and 4 there. It's kind of split measures. But, and we hold an octave down here. Now on the left hand, we're just going to be walking down. We're going to try to create this. Like that. So we're going to assign chords to each one of those. So first we're going to do the C9 or C2, whatever you want to call it. C, D, and G. So we're going to start out there. There's a lighthouse. So you hit that twice. And then we're going to a G over B. So we're going to do a B octave down here, or a B single note, whichever you choose to do. I'm doing the octave. B, D, and G. So we've taken a G chord, and we've taken these two notes and put them down here. Still a G chord, but it just, our thumb's going to follow our left hand octave. So we're going to go, there's a lighthouse on a hillside. Now we're going to go A, C, and E. So we're going to hit this a couple times, and that's A minor. And then we're going to play a C over a G, and we've taken the G up here and moved it down here to our thumb. So it's G, C, and E with a G down here. And then we're going to go down here to this F. And we're going to play like an F9 or something. You can play on these C's and F's that I'm doing the 9 or the 2. You can play a straight up regular chord. I just choose to do that on a slow song, because it kind of, I just like the sound of it for this. So it's that F, we're going to play F, G, and C. Live C, then we go back to C. So far we got, there's a C lighthouse on a hillside that overlooks live seas. And on C's we're back to C. When I'm tossed, do the same thing again. It sends out a light. Now instead of going to this F right here like we did the first time, we're going to go to this D. I'm going to play a D7, so it's like a rootless D, so it's kind of like a diminished chord, but if you just follow my notes you'll understand. So we're going to go F sharp here, and then left hand is F sharp, A, and C. A light that I might. Then we're going to go back up to G suspended, which is G, C, D, and C, and then we're going to go down to regular G, G, B, and D. So the second time around we got A minor. Now here's that to G, suspended to G. Yeah, so real slow, here's everything we've got so far. There's a lighthouse on a hillside that overlooks live seas. When I'm tossed, it sends out a light that I might see. And then we're gonna do this again. And the light, see, the shines in darkness now. We're gonna go to F again. So we do, this is like the first progression. And the light that G over B in darkness now will, we're on F, safely lead we're going to go down here to D minor after that F. Safely lead us, or D minor. Yes, the light. And start over again from that old lighthouse. And then this time, instead of going to that, you know, the F sharp over the rootless D7, we're going to play a G7, which is G. Oh, that D minor, by the way, is D, F, and A, if you didn't know that I played earlier. Sorry, I didn't. I try to state those notes as best I can. The light from that old lighthouse. C over G, and then we're going to go to G7, F, B, and D. That stands up there on, then back to C, the hill. And then we're into the chorus after that. So here's the whole thing. So you can kind of see it's real. It just keeps on walking down, and then there's a few things at the end. But it's a neat little chord progression than just a lot of times people just play. There's a lighthouse on a hillside that overlooks life's seas, and you can completely do that. But I like to make things a little bit interesting. And for those of you that have something that plays in the bass range, like if you have a bass guitar or something, they need to follow your left hand on this, by the way. So if you're playing a C, they need to play a C. They need to be doing this walk down with it. They can't play the regular in that. Well, they can, but it won't sound right. So yeah, so they need to follow what you're doing. And if you got other people playing with you, you know, they need to know where you're headed, you know, completely on that. So I'm going to go through this song, through the verse, and that'll be it. And we'll finish out this song in the next tutorial. So there's a lighthouse. Oh, you know what? I'm going to play the intro so that way you can hear how they attach. Oops, sorry. There's a lighthouse on a hillside that overlooks life's seas. When I'm tossed, it sends out a light that I might see, and the light Okay, so far you should have the intro. Go back and watch the intro video if you haven't seen it yet. And the chords on the verse. And this will apply to the second verse, but we may switch it up and do some different chords just for fun on the second verse. And we may touch on that in the next email. We will see. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you at the next tutorial.